I think one of my biggest fears about teaching at the Henderson School was, can I really reach all of the students that are in my classroom?
Remember where everything needs to go. I'm going to check in with you in about 3 minutes, and I want to see that everything is where it needs to go, okay? No, Linda. I don't see a backpack. Very tight. Check. I don't see a homework folder. Check. I have noticed that a big improvement on this activity. You guys have really been using the strategies, and I think that we have to give you an affirmation for the strategies. I also want to congratulate Nolan and Kamar and Harry on a superb job doing the morning routine today. What we do is a lot of structure and routines that you set into place. It makes the communication, it makes all of that just run kind of like a well-oiled machine, and really help us. I mean, our kind of motto is, yes, we're always going to work hard, but more than work hard is work smart. I've got some extras if people don't have them, so do what you can, but if you can. Okay, let's look at our reading goals. Okay, ready? I will read and confer with a teacher and/or peer.
How can I meet the needs of my students by differentiating my instruction, by making sure that I know exactly where my students are, and figuring out where I need to scaffold for them.
All right, Michael, come on over.
Class creed. In room 9. Our motto is. Failure is not an option.
You know, we always try to be very cognizant about, okay, well, if they're working on something on the iPad, then let's have a typical peer be rotating in on an iPad too, so that it's never, you know, this small group here and everybody there, and we're doing inclusion because we're in the same classroom, but really there's a separation happening. If I were you, you don't have to, but I would probably make a factor.
So what we're doing basically is it's a factor game. So another person or the computer would pick a factor, and then you'd find, well, you put a number, and then you have to find the factors of it.
Why do you use one to help us?
I usually play games on the computer, but at school I can do this, and it's also a game. So
Also, probably the reason why the teachers chose this, so you can have fun while learning math instead of Kurzweil is a program where it reads to you and it highlights the words. So say I was reading a book, I always get mixed up like I was saying. So this really helps me stay on track. For example, I'm reading Frindle right now, and I read the book before, just reading the book but not on Kurzweil, and I really got mixed up. So now I want to try reading it on the computer and see how much more information I'll get than how much I had.
We know what the subject matter, what it's going to look like. If I can fit them in, and I know that they're going to be a participant and it's going to make sense, then they are a part of the subject matter. If I have to bring them, bring it down to something where it's so, certain times they have to be by themselves and we're going to work at their ability level. But for the most part, we're trying to get them in with their classmates.
This says something about my room. You have a Friday job? You guessed it, kitty cat. You are so smart. Now I'm thinking of another.
Is that there's this myth that it can't work. It doesn't work because you have students with some significant needs in the program at the same time with typical and gifted students, and some people often think that it doesn't work, but it does work. I feel like the Henderson has built a model with co-teaching, and And I think the other piece is that oftentimes people believe that inclusive education can't be rigorous. And I feel like, yes, it can. We still have high standards for our students who may have significant disabilities, as well as typical and challenging students. So if I was to destroy that myth, that would be one myth. I mean, the high standards that we place on our students helps them to reach their fullest potential, and we support them along the way until they're at that level where they can meet and access the curriculum on their own.